Hey everyone, we're here with another video, and today we are talking about this, the Dragy, and this is the DRG69 model, so it's about 5 years old. I bought this refurbished for $125 on Amazon. So just to give you some of the tech specs here, so this thing is rated to have 10 hertz of assisted GPS and GLONASS. What, like an inch and a half by maybe 6 inches here? So it's not super big at all. And it utilizes, or I guess to give you some context, our GPS watches, our phones use about 1 hertz. So yeah, super accurate and a great device for, I guess, tracking accurate 0 to 60 times and quarter miles. So these are kind of what you see. You can probably see some overlays that people have used before. So it is something that is, I don't want to say widely used, but some YouTubers end up using this to do some accuracy measurements on their 0 to 60 times. So it also uses Bluetooth 4.0. It can connect to your cell phone and record overlays on the videos, so that's something that's really nice. And it directly connects to the Dragy app and shows you all the statistics, shows you if you're going like a downhill assist or the proper amount of, I guess, if the ground that you're running a 0 to 60 test or a quarter mile is downwards or not. So it'll not take those into consideration if it's downwards in terms of elevation. So it's supposed to have 8 to 10 hours and it takes 1.5 hours to charge. It does have a micro USB port on the side here, and it is not the greatest, obviously, because, you know, USB-C is much better. But again, for a product 5 years old, it's not too bad. It's supposed to be used between -10 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius, so that's 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 140 degrees Fahrenheit is the operating temperature. And then for the charging temperature, it's -10 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius, so 14 degrees Fahrenheit to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. It does have a 3.7 volt 500 milliamp hour battery, and then the power that it's supposed to consume is 200 milliwatts, and it does have an app for iOS and Android, so that's something that's really nice. So those are the tech specs, but we'll give you a run here, a couple runs for that matter, and we'll show you what that overlay looks like as well. And the other thing here that's nice is that it comes with, it's magnetic, so if you have a magnet or something that's metal, it does come with 2 mounts that you can just put up anywhere around your car. You probably want line of sight to satellites, so I'm just going to use a mount here and put it on a phone mount and then turn it on. And it does have this LED light here, so when it is connected, it'll turn blue. When it is running out of batteries, it'll turn red. When it's charging, it'll blink red. So kind of annoying, but it is there. So I'm just going to mount this to the top of the roof here because this roof is all glass. Let's go ahead and do a test. We're going to do only 0 to 60s. Hopefully none of the cameras fall down because this thing runs pretty quick. So this is, I've ran this test before, and I think I've gotten as low as a 2.1 second 0 to 60 with the rollout, so it does quite good. And it also goes on the speaker and tells you when you've done the 30 foot, 60 foot, quarter mile, 0 to 60, so on and so forth. So that is something that is pretty cool that it does. But let's go ahead and see here. Stop fully. Ready? Oh! The camera does not want to stay still. Totally moved to the side. So something to notice or to mention is that we have the battery for the Model 3 is at 13%, so that 0 to 60 was only 4 seconds, guys, only 4 seconds. And I'm gonna have to fix this camera here because it's not gonna stay with that amount of acceleration and G-force. So I got rock back there. Ready, go. Woo. 3.86, that was under 4. Jesus. Oh my God. This is stupid. Electric cars are so fast at accelerating. Let's do last 2 and then we'll head back home and see what battery we're at. But I get sick after doing this a couple times, quite honestly. 3, 2, 1, go. Oof. 3.65. Looks like we're getting slightly faster. So even at a fairly low state of charge, I think the quarter mile would probably be a lot slower, but I think, yeah, this is essentially what this Dragy app can do, is it can give you all these lovely numbers for your drag numbers if you're into straight line races. But oh man, I'm already feeling it in my stomach, feeling a little sick. 2, 3, go. Okay. 3.73 seconds. So again, not bad, not bad. Yeah, fairly consistent around the 4 runs. So first one was 4. Again, we're still on winter tires, so I imagine that has something to do with it, but also the state of charge probably has the majority of what to do with it. But yeah, other than that, that's the Dragy app in a nutshell. You can do quarter miles and stuff like that, but you know, I would say in Mexico you can do this stuff. I think it's a pretty cool thing, but again, it's just straight line things, so just keep that in mind. It's not something that, like, I've used it maybe like 20 to 30 times in the 5 years that I've had it. So maybe if you have friends that are into their 0 to 60s or something like that, or if they're doing some benchmarking against other cars, different things like that, maybe that's a use case for you. For me, I don't really have a very good use case for it. It's more of a gimmicky thing. So more to say that I've done it than anything else. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you end up using this. Let me know your experience. I haven't tested out the battery life because, again, you know, I'm not really using this on a regular basis. And I think it's, again, kind of a gimmicky thing just to say that it does this. But again, if you are into performance driving, if you're trying to get the 0 to 60 times down, all those different things, it gives you a lot of data to work with. So I think to some degree, it is quite useful to people who are wanting that. For me and an electric car, it's more just for me to do some consistency tests. So with that said, let me know in the comments what you think, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. So something to note, when it is connected, you can see here that it does do this really bright flashing light with the LED that it has here. So it's kind of annoying, so I would recommend putting like maybe some tape over it, but I was a little bit worried that that actually may end up affecting the accuracy. Again, I don't know that, but just a thought process around it. And it added the video onto the actual app here. You can choose 4K 1080p. You can choose the rear camera or the front camera, which is nice to be able to switch back and forth from. And then it'll put the overlay of the information on the actual video. So that's something that's pretty nice. This eventually will time out. And once it times out, I think it's always using some power. to try to connect. So once you turn on your Dragy app, then it'll try to connect to it, and then you'll have that to be able to sort of do your thing there. Looking at the export, it looks like it's a pretty long video, so it looks like it'll take quite some time here. So